A long time ago, Fisch was a calm, relaxing RNG game. People simply travel to areas and fish, completing quests with relative ease. Good for anyone who only needs a break, especially from games like this, and this. The game wasn't so trash, like throwing a garbage transaction in your face, and you didn't need any kind of Game Pass to succeed. By that way of playing, Fisch quickly became popular. Then one day, a huge studio named Do Big Studio found Fisch. They were under a method called assisted management, but actually, they're just simply taking over the game. When the news spread, just like I expected, many negative comments popped up. But the atmosphere didn't change much because of a straightforward promise by the higher-ups. They say there'll be no pay-to-win stuff at all after they're a part of the game. To understand why I said the whole sentences below, you need to know what Do Big is first. They're a huge studio, which have owned many big games or being parts of it, such as our Fisch game we're talking about, Grow a Garden, Blade Ball, and the crown jewel of Do Big, a Dusty Trip. Before coming back to our main conversation today, let's have a look at the games Do Big Studio have owned first. After they took over Dusty Trip, the game was horrible. 20 Game Passes, and a bunch of loot box garbage. Blade Ball before was actually crazy, but now there are no normal-sized packages like in Dusty Trip, but huge season loot boxes and Game Passes that makes even Fulton cried when it became too expensive. Grow a Garden was lucky when its creator only let Jandel, the owner of Do Big Studio, have 10% of the game. I think Blade Ball was insane, but after it was taken by Do Big, Blade Ball went ridiculous. There are ability and sound effects that'll crash your PC, and there's also the animations. Unlike the sounds, looks like Legos. And I do think so. Fisch isn't going to become a pay-to-win thing, because in Fisch, you can't pay-to-win in a game that doesn't have any PvP related. Even the closest thing in Fisch was flexing your catches on other people. That is not winning. And if you can't pay-to-win, why adding those garbage stuffs? Were they being super specific, so they could follow through their promise while filling the game with that garbage boxes to sell to us? Plus, to make matter worse, they even added a 2x luck boost for 15 minutes, then became extendable to 4x times for a longer amount of time, then an 16 times, along with the bundles with bad stuffs, and the 32 times luck boost for the whole server. Luckily, you can only buy it once, right? Talking about luck, they could even dupe it and make the server luck up to 1,000. People could even join private server and buy luck for the server. Actually, it was a good deed. But after buying the Game Passes for them, they'll kick those ones out. And with the luck, 32 times make legendary and mythic fishes common, and 64 times make that 2 rarity and exotic fishes more common. But actually, in reality, all of that means nothing. There's only one reason for the wealthy ones to buy the luck boost. Secret fishes. Secret fishes don't appear as visible along with other rarities, and it have the 0.029% to catch a secret fish. That's about 1 in 3 million chance. And with the 64 luck server boost, it's up to 1,856%. But, after all, the luck boost didn't do anything. The players who spent Robux didn't have many better catches, because the chance of common fishes also increase. There's even a tool called Fishing Chances Calculator in the game. Next, let's talk about bundles. For normal players, normal bundles contain skins that sucks. The real good skins cost you Robux. In Roblox, any other games all have limited you items, but in Fisch, it's worthless. For examples, the Hollywood Cruiser costs you 4,500 Robux, with 30,000 units. And then when it's sold out, Do Big replaces it with another 10,000 units. I felt really bad for someone who happened to spend all of their money on it. Do Big Studio must be happy, because they've grabbed a ton of cash that days. There are many Rod skins that have the same stock too. Slimebound for No Life Rod costs 3,000 Robux with 3,000 copies, but then it got restocked up to 10,000 copies. The Forgotten Doomspire costs 1,300 Robux, and actually, it never gets out of stock. For the crates, free versions have 6% of a cosmetic crate and a 0.01% to contain a specific skin for the Heaven's Rod. But with the Robux version, cosmetic crates have 10% chance and 3% to get the specific skin. Actually, it's not fair. Long before, Fisch has no rod skins that are flashy at all. Do Big is simply just taking the idea from Blade Ball. That is not a rod. It's a lightsaber. I'm sure they aren't thinking any model ideas. They just take it from ChatGPT. Fisch has a small life cycle. It rises quickly and dies quicker than any game with 243 days alive. Our friend Woozinate even make games to compete with Fisch itself, such as Dig, Beaks, and Prospecting. Dig is an interesting game where instead of fishing, you dig. Dig also takes idea from Grow a Garden. Makes everything crazy before update 10 minutes. The boss here's also very interesting. You damage them by digging. And while damaging, you have to avoid the boss attack too. Unlike Dig, Beaks is neither interesting or boring. You use guns to shoot dumb birds which can fly through walls, or being glitched to immortal by darts instead of bullets. But now, seems like Do Big Studio wants to fix what they did to Fisch. The 64x server luck boost and limited skins are gone. The bundle's price are slashed, and they added what they should have added long before. Actually, Fisch isn't dead. Its formula has inspired Grow a Garden, not only being the best game on the platform, but the entire world. And it seems like, when Fisch was falling, the players all moved to Grow a Garden. Now, Fisch is in good care. I still really hope that Fisch will be real alive someday soon.